In this podcast episode, Derek Sivers explores the concept of choosing useful beliefs over absolute truths, emphasizing the importance of reframing perspectives for personal growth. He discusses the impact of personal narratives, the nature of rules, and the fallibility of self-perception, while also highlighting the value of diverse worldviews and the significance of actions in shaping identity. Sivers delves into the concept of selecting beliefs that serve a purpose rather than strictly adhering to what is deemed true. He argues that many beliefs are chosen to counterbalance personal biases or tendencies. For instance, someone who tends to see men and women as fundamentally different might adopt the belief that men and women are the same to foster a more balanced perspective. This approach mirrors the behavior of individuals who habitually run late and thus leave much earlier than necessary to ensure punctuality. He emphasizes that the utility of a belief can often outweigh its truthfulness, as it can lead to more constructive thinking and behavior. Sivers highlights the significance of reframing as a crucial tool for personal growth and effective strategy in various life aspects. Reframing allows individuals to detach from their initial reactions and explore alternative perspectives, which can lead to smarter strategies and unique insights. He encourages listeners to push beyond their first reactions and brainstorm different ways to view situations. This practice can result in better decision-making and a more nuanced understanding of the world. Sivers shares a personal story about a car accident he experienced at 17, which burdened him with guilt for years. He believed he had severely injured the other driver, but upon reconnecting with her years later, he discovered that she had not been as badly hurt as he had thought. This experience illustrates how people often cling to narratives that may not reflect the full truth, emphasizing that every story has multiple perspectives. The narratives we create about our past can shape our identities and influence how we perceive others. Sivers explores the idea that people bond over their perspectives rather than mere facts. He cites a study indicating that stories are retained better than facts, highlighting the human tendency to connect through narratives. This leads to the realization that perspectives can feel more real than objective truths, as they are often tied to emotional experiences and personal stories. By understanding this, individuals can appreciate the power of storytelling in shaping beliefs and fostering connections. The discussion shifts to the arbitrary nature of rules. Sivers argues that while rules serve as useful guidelines for societal functioning, they are not absolute truths. He provides examples of situations where breaking rules can be justified, such as using a disabled bathroom stall when no one needs it. Understanding the purpose behind rules can help individuals navigate when it is appropriate to bend or break them. This perspective encourages critical thinking about the rules we follow and the reasons behind them. Sivers addresses the relationship between personal thoughts and the concept of truth. He suggests that individuals often believe their thoughts and motivations are accurate, but this is not necessarily the case. He references studies on split-brain patients, which reveal that people often confabulate reasons for their actions, believing them to be true even when they are not. This highlights the fallibility of self-perception and the idea that individuals may not fully understand their motivations. Instead of focusing on why we do things, Sivers proposes that it may be more beneficial to observe our actions and their outcomes, recognizing that our understanding of ourselves is limited. Sivers emphasizes that thoughts are subjective and can often be misleading. He argues that beliefs are not necessarily true because they are shaped by individual perspectives and experiences. He encourages listeners to be cautious about taking their thoughts at face value, as they can be influenced by emotions and biases. This self-reflection can lead to a deeper understanding of one's beliefs and the realization that many thoughts may not hold objective truth. Sivers points out that the more emotional a belief is, the less likely it is to be true. Strong emotions often indicate a personal attachment to a belief, which can cloud judgment. When someone becomes emotional about a topic, it may signal that their identity or values are at stake, making it harder for them to see the issue objectively. He suggests that when evaluating beliefs, especially those that evoke strong emotions, it is essential to step back and assess the underlying motivations and perspectives. This approach can help individuals recognize that their emotional responses may not reflect the truth of the situation. Sivers introduces the idea of judging the content of ideas rather than the person or source presenting them. He critiques the tendency to dismiss someone's work or ideas based on their personal life or past mistakes, arguing that this is a disservice to oneself. He uses the example of artists or authors who may have made significant contributions but are judged harshly for their personal failings. By separating the value of the content from the individual, listeners can foster open-mindedness and the ability to learn from diverse sources, regardless of the personal flaws of the creator. Sivers highlights the importance of seeking out and understanding diverse worldviews. He believes that exposure to different perspectives enriches one's understanding of the world and can lead to personal growth. He shares his experiences of engaging with people from various backgrounds and cultures, emphasizing that these interactions have broadened his own worldview. Embracing diverse perspectives can help individuals challenge their own beliefs and assumptions, ultimately leading to a more well-rounded and informed outlook on life. Sivers offers practical advice on how to reframe experiences and thoughts. He suggests that individuals should actively seek alternative ways of viewing situations, especially when faced with challenges or negative emotions. By brainstorming different perspectives, one can uncover new insights and solutions. He encourages listeners to ask themselves questions like, "What's another way to look at this?" and to push beyond initial responses to explore more creative or unconventional viewpoints. This practice not only helps in reframing negative experiences, but also fosters resilience and adaptability in the face of adversity. The ability to reframe experiences is a valuable skill that can lead to greater happiness and fulfillment. Sivers reflects on the idea that the tools and frameworks we use for personal development and decision-making may not be universally applicable. While certain strategies can be beneficial for some individuals, they may not resonate with everyone. This highlights the importance of personal context and individual differences in how people approach challenges and growth. Rather than adhering strictly to a one-size-fits-all approach, individuals should adapt tools to fit their unique circumstances and needs. This adaptability allows for a more personalized and effective application of various strategies, acknowledging that what works for one person may not work for another. Sivers shares his struggle with the desire for perfection in decision-making, particularly in high-stakes situations like hiring or branding. He admits to feeling pressure to make the right choice the first time, which can lead to paralysis and overthinking. However, he recognizes that decisions are often not permanent and can be adjusted over time. This realization alleviates some of the pressure to achieve perfection immediately. He encourages a mindset that embraces imperfection and iterative progress, suggesting that it's okay to make choices that are just for now and to view them as starting points rather than final destinations. This perspective fosters a more flexible approach to decision-making, allowing for growth and adaptation as circumstances change. Sivers introduces the concept that our actions define us more than our internal thoughts or feelings. He illustrates this with personal anecdotes, such as engaging with his child in play despite his initial reluctance. By choosing to act in a way that aligns with the kind of person he wants to be, like a good father, he finds that he becomes that person through his actions. This idea extends to social situations where he may feel introverted or anxious. By pretending to be social, he engages with others and ultimately embodies the social persona he aims to project. Sivers argues that this approach allows individuals to take control of their identities and behaviors, suggesting that the act of pretending can lead to genuine transformation. He emphasizes the importance of focusing on actions rather than internal narratives, which can often be misleading or self-critical.